Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, guys. How are you doing? Sandy, hello. Dasha, and Rebecca, awesome, and Mythic. I'm Grun Massa. Hello. Hope you're well. I am fantastic. Aliyah, hello. A1BR, how's it going, Six? It's going great. I'm hyped. I'm very hyped. Thias Russell, hello. XCA, hey. El Tukum, hello. Welcome. Dasha, awesome to see you here. It's okay if you need to leave early, Dasha. It's fine. I think the others can. The others can handle it. Horma, hello. Awesome to see you guys here. Love you, Bill. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening, Sandy. So, how are you guys doing? Are you doing great? Wherever you are in the world. I am. So I'm very hyped for this stream because I did something. I actually did something. Hey, Emily. I did something I said I actually wouldn't do, but I actually did anyway, and I'm actually glad I did. Because yours surviving the heat. The heat here isn't bad. It was raining today and generally quite cool here in Denmark, but it has been a really tough week. The last week has been quite extreme. Oh, Nancy! Hey, Nancy! In NW, that's I should know that. Okay, in the US. Hey all, hey Angel. So okay, maybe the music is a bit too loud. I'm not sure. Let's turn it down just a tad. Okay. Myth, you just finished cooking dinner. Started late. Okay, that's cool. Hey Alex, welcome. Okay, listen guys. I have Northwest. Okay. I was thinking of a state. What state could that be? Not New York, because that's. I was literally Nep says I'm literally freezing. I was literally freezing when I woke up this morning, and it was 26 degrees in my room. That sounds odd. Did Eunice, hey Six, finally made it to your stream. Hey, welcome. Yeah, it's not easy to. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't fit with life. Could be Montana or Washington. Washington, awesome. I've been there for a long time ago. Okay, let's just have a look here. Yeah, you were thinking North Wakota. Yeah, New Walk and North Wakota. Hey, Creative Girl. Hello, welcome. Hey, Crow. Welcome. Okay. Okay. So, what you see here probably doesn't look that much different, especially with shaders. Because, let's see, do I have the right ones? No, I need my complementary shaders. Okay. My house is actually cool. That's right, Sandy. So Dasha said something last stream that I actually I kind of had back in my mind, and that was she mentioned she really liked the kind of the way the arch here, how it how the shadow kind of makes a silhouette, and I figured why not use this as kind of a thing where I kind of accentuate that, kind of highlight that in a way. So what I did, the first thing I did actually, I know you're not literally freezing, Neb. I know. But compared to how it was, I can imagine it. In contrast to the last couple of the weekend, it was really hot. You're intrigued, Dasha. You should be. So you can't really see it here, but if I turn off the shaders, you can actually see what I did. And I simply I replaced all the butts and blocks beneath the bridge with Blackstone to kind of highlight, or actually the opposite, but actually have that kind of that shadowy part be even more pronounced. And I did it for all the other ones. A couple of other things I did was to finish this part here, and you can actually see the Blackstone is actually behind the wall blocks. But yeah, I added this here too to kind of add a bit of depth. But I felt like I needed to do some things to make the build a bit more manageable. And because after the last stream, I had a ton of fun. It was great, like always. But I was a bit, I don't know, I wasn't happy with the build. So I just needed to spend some time. So on Friday, I spent most of Friday, instead of working on the big build I'm working on, I actually cleaned up some stuff on this build. So just for one thing, I switched out the blocks behind the wall blocks here. And if you remember, the last thing we did was starting on this the detail here, and I finished that on both sides. And I also did a bit of work on, just a bit of work. Here it's almost nothing. It's just the inner part here. And then in general, I just tidied up everything just a tad. I think I added these corner blocks. We only had these corner pillars, and then I did a bit of cleanup, so you can actually see it's much more clean inside. The shape, everything is the same as it was before, but I just did a bit of okay, so maybe I totally misunderstood what you said, Dasha. I thought you were talking about the shadow here itself. So you actually meant the circle underneath here, maybe. Yeah. Well, maybe it was when you tested out the different sun positions. Maybe you saw like a sun position that actually looked really cool. I can't remember exactly. Nevertheless, this was what I kind of got inspired by. But in general, I just tidied up everything. I did some. You can see here I cleaned a bit up on some of the. It's kind of difficult to see, and you kind of have to see before and after to even see the difference. But for me, it was actually a huge thing, because I just made everything look a little bit more kind of neat and tightly put together. I believe this entire building upstairs here, I kind of moved a bit so it aligned with some of the kind of the leading lines here, and yeah, just in general, just did a bit of cleanup. And during that I did some. I kind of explored the build a little bit, and you actually need to see this from. Okay, let's see. Let's try and take all the. Oh, too fast. Yeah, it looks more polished. But even if you were to put them next to each other, you wouldn't be able to see. Well, you would see a difference, but it's not markedly different. It's just a little bit more clean and tidy. And sometimes this, I've explained this to, I can't remember which one, if it was Sandy or maybe Myth, but I explained that at a certain point while building, you kind of sometimes get to a point where you don't really feel you're kind of in control of the build, and you feel like is not really that interesting to you. Perhaps because it hasn't been detailed yet, or some other reason. But I'm guessing this happens to a lot of people. But for me, it usually happens at some point to a certain lesser or bigger degree. It depends on. So Nancy, Cinnabar and Bloodstone looks so cool together. They do really. And of course, there will be texturing and detailing. But just looking at the kind of how they match up, I think it's a really kind of really cool kind of contrast. But still, it kind of has almost. I mean, it's a bit more. I don't know, bluish or purplish, but it kind of matches. Or I think it kind of matches. It matches it quite well. But yeah, trust the process. Yeah, and I usually do that. So in general, I never really kind of quit a build. I usually finish my builds. But there are times for most of my builds where I kind of feel a bit, this doesn't look quite as good as I liked. So having that day on Friday to just clean up the build a bit made me much more. That's why actually the post I posted on YouTube and on Patreon and also on the Discord, where I kind of explained my enthusiasm to the build, was actually because of that, because of the. And you can almost kind of imagine the detail when all of this is detailed. You can kind of imagine and see this large structure kind of looming over the clouds. I think that this is really, it's bigger and more epic than I actually thought it would be before we even started building. Okay, there's one thing I want to show you. It's a small thing, but I think it's really cool, and it's almost like it's difficult to explain in words. But let me find a more ominous song. This song is actually quite ominous. So you know what? Let's use this song. But you walk in here. Obviously, all of this will be a lot of different rooms with windows, but this is, you have the basic shape of the entire kind of the main shape of the castle, kind of the castle halls. Then we have this part here. Up there you can see the entrance to the bridge itself, and then inside here you actually have, there's actually should be a room inside here. Yeah. Okay, I just look at this. Okay, but here we have a secondary kind of place to build rooms. Oh, you know what? I will just check this. Okay, I'll just take and play this song instead, just to make it a bit more ominous. So I watched a video about megalophobia, and then I saw this, and with shaders I thought this kind of the way you kind of approach this and see the bridge from here is so cool. I know it's simple yet, and it will be more detailed, but just the scale of it and the way it looms over you, I thought it was so epic. There's just something about the way it I don't know. I know it. Yeah, as I said, it's really simple, but just having that tower over you is so cool, and going all the way down here. Yeah, I think this is epic, and I really want to and what you see here is the volume we actually built from the start. So it is actually naturally here from even before thinking of the use of this. But of course, I want to keep this platform here, this balcony, as a way of kind of approaching this and kind of observing the build. I think it's so cool. Yeah, imagine a huge dome at the top. Yeah, I think the top there will be more there, of course. But yeah, and the thing is, so I also try, at least to some extent, to kind of to have the materials and have some kind of sense of realism of why is it named the way it is, the Bloodstone bridges, or yeah, how was it made, or stuff like that. So I when building this, after I actually made this, I actually didn't even think about it before, but these mud bricks were here. And in a way, if you kind of go back and see this, it's almost like this shape kind of continues down here and it almost spills over. I just found that connection. I know it's not the same block, but it's still so it kind of relates to this, and what a cool way of kind of lore-wise have that being integrated. I might even add more just to make it a bit more apparent that these blocks were kind of carved out of the mountain, and maybe because of it's a Bloodstone. This was just a name I found compelling, but I think having this dark stone be something that you can kind of polish, and then the red kind of blood will appear from inside. I think this is a really cool way of kind of making sense of why these kind of blocks were used. But yeah, I just, when I saw that, I just thought that it kind of came together in a way that I just loved. And yeah, this view here, just all the way down. I just continued the bridge all the way down because it was such an epic way of kind of seeing the entire kind of arch. Hey, another one. Vicky, I assume that's how you say it. Hello, chat. But yeah, it's after kind of making these adjustments and creating this, I was really excited. And I think somehow I need to do some kind of I don't know how yet, but some kind of structure, or yeah, I don't know yet. We have to see. Another thing I did, mirroring balcony on the other side, maybe, but in a way it's well, a small one. I could make a small one, like naturally on this part here. Another thing I also did, and this was more embarrassing than anything else, and Dasha, you can attest to my my quirks when building. But I really like when things are kind of neat and tidy and odd numbers and the rest. So what I did here was I cleaned up this. The entire arch was cleaned up in a way that each of these sections here by 4, they all have a certain kind of shape to them that isn't as messy as it was. So you can see here, it starts with this area here in the middle, 2 sections that are flat. Then you have the next 2 are just offset by 1 slab. Then it's 1 slab, 1 slab, 1 slab, and the entire kind of thing is just 1 piece. And then it just continues, and then it gets more and more steep. And at some point, I had to kind of create these the staircases, right? But all of them are much neater now and much more pleasant to look at, I think. Yeah. I mean, I just need to be a bit more loose with how I build, but I don't know. This is just, yeah. Hey, Star Freddy. I'm at work, but I want to drop by and say hi. I hope the build is going smoothly thus far. I haven't built anything yet, and we are 20 minutes in. I'm very, very slow. Has someone an idea if I could build this in my survival world? Of course you could. You can go into the seed, and if you're really good. So the guy here in chat, Star Freddy, has built like a lot of my builds simply from watching my videos, just counting everything. It's incredible. So it can be done even without a tutorial. But I mean, all of this is vanilla mountains. You can just take this and the seed and the coordinates are inside in the description of the video of the stream. Okay, let's record now. I always forget that part. But yeah, let's try. And so I want this part here, the bridge itself. I want this to be. Oh, another thing, actually. Didn't we do a thing with the effect? I think we actually added that. The effect. I can't remind me. So Myth, you know the command for night vision, right? I just wanted to be able to click it on and off. Is it? Yeah, good question. I can't remember. Or maybe I saved it in one of my documents, actually. Let's see. I think, no. Well, maybe. I'm just talking to myself. I have it here. Yes. So this one, that's the one that adds it, and then clear. Yeah. So you can see here before you saw this. You saw the how bright it was before. So actually, the real kind of look it has is actually much darker. So let's see. Yeah, the difference is it's not that big, but it is there. You can see the difference in how dark the shadows are. It is quite a bit darker when turned on. Okay. Let's try and see. Let's open up all of this so we can watch or look through. So actually, I think it's easy to do from the outside. Let's see. So I think let's try and see if it's enough to just do this, and then we can see what looks best. Okay, right now we have this large wall here. We might actually want to kind of move this a bit. Oh, the truth. Oh, yes, that is one add, one true. Yes, genius, Sandy. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. So I really want this to be kind of transparent, but still keep this the look of the window or the arch we made. So yeah, okay. Let's see. Maybe we should just. I mean, I actually have the same floor height here than over here. So maybe the easiest thing is simply to. Oh wait, just something like this, and then we might actually. Let's see. We might actually. So I will add a floor here, but I think it's probably best to just, start with this, and then I will probably go in and add some detailing to the floor. But yeah, right now we just need to see how it looks with yeah, I need to have some kind of window here. So guys, what have you been doing this weekend? Did you have fun? Could you stand the weather? I mean, if you were in, I know in the States you have your precious air condition. You lucky bastards. Oh, look at that. I wish we had that here sometimes. I mean, to be fair, it isn't needed to the same extent. So, so in general, it's. I mean, it's only in Denmark. It's only a couple of days a year. This actually, where it's really, really bad. I say this as a person who lives in a very kind of cool and ventilated house, but I know that, yeah, of course, there are a lot of places, especially down south, South Germany, south of France and Italy and Spain. I mean, it must be kind of, even though I'm not actually sure if they must have some sort of air conditioning. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, it's it can be quite bad. And I believe in Denmark it has been the warmest. I don't know if it was the warmest day or just the warmest period in like 30 years or something. It's incredible how warm it actually was. So Neb says, I was working on a big summer build and the time-lapse of it, my first long video, so quiet and new experience. Yeah, I would definitely want to see that. And Sandy, you are going to watch the rugby on Saturday at the stadium. Oh, so Sandy, are you a rugby fan, or is it not just more kind of a social thing you like doing with friends? Hey, Sophia. Don't be sorry. As long as you're here, it's fine. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I'm a bit indecisive, I must say. But I think could I use... How about some... Let's see. I actually think I would like to use... Okay, let's try these first, and then we can always just... I know this is a kind of a go-to six wings way of making windows, and I might change this. This is just to have something to... just to have something to go off, and then we can always... and we can always change this later. I'm not really sure. Guys, I'm not sure. This is a bit too... let's see. Well, actually, I might actually think... So one of the thing I have done in with a lot of my builds was to kind of keep the outer walls, the kind of the main block type, as just that, as an outer wall, and then have all the kind of warm and kind of inviting materials inside. And we could actually begin to add this now, basically, just to get starting, and then and then maybe do some kind of design, because this will repeat itself. Like a lot of my stuff, I have a lot of repeating sections and all sorts of things that repeats. So of course, one kind of obvious kind of block I could use here would be something like the redstone block. Redstone block. What am I talking about? I'm just inventing new blocks in my head. The mangrove blocks, but I don't know. I do feel like it could be nice to have something different, so it isn't kind of so red as it is now. So I'm not sure. What about what do we have? So let's try a couple of different ones just to see what works. I'm guessing something on the darker side might work. Could also be something in like a contrast. So rugby is so much better. We trust you, Six. Ah, thank you so much. I don't trust myself. Redstone block, that does exist. Just not what I was about. What I meant to say. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about rugby either, actually. Not really. Yeah. So in a way, I feel like so I really like the kind of the darker colors we've been using for the floor, but maybe in here it should be something else. How about? Let's see. I actually like dark oak for this to kind of be a bit more pronounced, and yeah, I think I like that because we will be seeing all the cinnabar blocks will be apparent. So I don't think we need them on the inside as much as or for the same color as the mangrove. So maybe we can just do something like this, and then let's see. Let's see if this works out. So I would probably do something like this. So Myth, you used to play netball. That's basically the only sport I know how it works. Nice. Do you know, guys, what I have been involved. I'm missing the word. I have done a lot of different kinds of sports in my life, and right now I play a lot of badminton. Really fun to do with friends. But another thing I did was to play roller derby. It's actually a bit. It's roller skating rugby. You could call it that. So if you're American, you probably know what it is. It's not really. And the thing is, I was on the Danish national team, which doesn't say much because it was the only team that wasn't there. But we did go to the Netherlands and to Sweden to play against all of different kinds of European countries. It's also much more prevalent in. It is a women's sport in a lot of ways, I think, more than a men's sport. But yeah, but it was actually really fun. What are you building? Craze, I'm building a large monstrosity of a bridge castle. Hey, Ninja Acrylic. Hey, welcome. Roller derby. I think it's derby. Isn't it derby with an E? Like a derby with isn't it like derby with like a race, like a car race at derby? But yeah, it's quite of a demanding sport. It's really demanding on your body. It's you just run against each other like crazy people. But it's still fun. To the people who just arrived, I was talking about roller derby. Okay. Let's see. So I'm still not sure about this. I'm just testing. So the thing is, because of the way, so you can see here, these sections here doesn't really correlate to the other side, and the reason they don't do that is because of my kind of issues with how I made these sections here. So I needed each of these sections here with 4 blocks. All of them needed to be to match on the other side. But the problem with that is, on this side you have the kind of the corner block here, and on the other side, if you go onto the other side, the corner block is not here. It's offset by 1 block, which is my own fault because I wanted this to be neat and tidy. So this is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. But I just don't know how to to fix it now, because now completely changed everything. And yeah, but let's see if we can fix it somehow, perhaps. You know what? Actually, I will copy this part over here and see if I can do something interesting. No, it doesn't need fixing, Dasha. Of course not. Okay, let's see how this fits over here. So we definitely need to move this one block. Something like this. Okay, why didn't this copy correctly? What have I done, guys? What have I done? I know why. I know what happened. We just need to copy this part here. Main thing I was good at was marching band. That's actually cool. Yeah, with the drumming and stuff. Yeah, rugby on skates, that's basically what it is. It's not far from that. I think that's, for people who don't know what it is, it's actually quite close to to what it actually is. Okay. Okay, so you can see the issue here. You have the... Let's just try and copy this part here. And then we'll rotate this 180 degrees and then place it here. So this is how it will look. So I think instead of adhering to this kind of structure that I'm doing here with the... with these, let's try and see if we can make something that's a little bit more universal, just to see if this doesn't come out a little bit more cleanly. Okay, let's see. And to be totally fair, this whole process of building this build, as some of you predicted, it will take a lot of streams to finish. So I don't mind doing just a bit of streams sometimes. Not too much, of course, but just a bit. So already I'm a bit dissatisfied. So I think we should move this down just one block. Let's see if it can be done and still look nice enough. I think we should, well, or we could, okay, I have an idea. A small idea. Let's see. Okay, instead of, so I think I would want this level up here to match the bridge here. I think that's actually a good idea. Because it matches this one over here, but it actually looks quite nice with kind of the height of this section here. It doesn't have to be the exact same height, so maybe we'll make a kind of a smaller section up here that kind of raises everything just a bit, just so we have a little bit more room height. You have to go, Crow. See you later. Awesome having you here, even for a short period of time. That is totally fine. Okay, guys, look, I'm doing this now. I'm taking... I will take this part... Oh, what am I doing? I will take this part and delete this, and then move everything from here up by a couple of blocks. Let's try that and see how it looks. Yeah, something like this, and then just move this up a bit and just see how it looks. Okay, now we have just a tiny bit more headroom, but instead of making this a window, this will be kind of let's try and see if we can well, actually, good question. Maybe we can actually do something. I said I didn't want to do windows here, but let's see if we can do something actually looks quite Looks awesome. Let's try and connect this here and this one here. And maybe about this one here. Oh. You're a little burnt out with mega projects, Dasha. I completely understand that. Yeah. I mean, I know you can do it, but I can definitely, I definitely get how, that you can be burned out, because it's, I mean, you kind of have to be a little bit crazy to do this, right? Let's see now. I will do something like this. And maybe even... So you know that because of... You all know that I would want a walkway here too, right? I probably would want that. Yeah. Let's keep this open for now. I can always close it off and then... but I kind of like the idea of having this be a bit more kind of closer together. So it's a different kind of way of detailing. So I'll just do this for now, and then this section can be copied all the way around to the other side. Yeah. Okay. I think this is actually quite nice for now. And yeah. Let's see if this can't be... Well, actually, I will just create one section and just do that and have that be done with. Hello, new tennis. Welcome. And Ninja Acrylic, your 8 shulker boxes strip pale oak into your Elven project. The grind is real. It is real. I mean, I don't envy you, but in a way, I do envy you, because it's been so long since I played survival, so I'm actually a bit envious, because survival is... There's nothing real like survival. You kind of live in that world, and you're bound by the... Well, just one second. What is this? What am I doing? You know what? We will figure this out. But yeah, you're bound to that world in a way that you... I mean, there's nothing I love more than building in Minecraft for myself and for my videos, but it's there's just something special about survival, kind of being bound by the rules of survival. And yeah, I think that's I really miss that. So I definitely need to go back and finish my series that's over 3 years old, which is kind of crazy to think about. It's been that long. You know what, I'll start by just deleting these, and then we can always add this later. You'd love a survival series? Yeah. I would love a survival series for myself too. Yeah, I think it's... I would need to figure out what kind of survival series it will be, but yeah, it could be awesome to try. Okay, we are having a small issue here. And that is the same issue as I had before. I need to figure out what to do with the structure here. But I really like the idea of having some kind of, how would you put it? Like a... So in a lot of cathedrals, they're made of stone, but the construction inside, the hidden construction, is usually it can be made of wood, and in most cases it is made of wood. So kind of having the construction inside here be a bit exposed could actually be really nice. Perhaps, maybe. I'm back. Went to see my puppies for a bit. Oh, your puppies. I hope they're doing well, Sandy. Yeah. You have missed them. I know you have missed them. So I don't exactly know what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to see what works and what doesn't, and then I'm not sure about this at all. I'm not sure about this at all. Because when this will get over, kind of connect over on the other side, this will have to connect to the block beside it, which might be okay. But maybe we can just build something that's a little less, I don't know, a little less structured by, maybe okay. So a lot of the words you're hearing from me is just me thinking out loud. Literally just my thought process. It doesn't really make sense, but yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah, survival is a grind, but it's always also really rewarding. It really is, definitely. Yeah. Okay, let's try something a bit different just to see how this looks. Okay. I'm not sure about this, but let's try and see. Just see how it looks, and then we can, yeah, then we can see if it works and maybe change it. Oh, okay. What was that? Actually, let's just do this instead. Wait. Yeah, let's see. I'm not quite sure yet, but let's just try this and see if it works. And then, and sometimes I talked a lot about kind of starting with the more, how would you say, kind of the rough shapes, and I do that, but I just always feel compelled to just zoom in at some point, do something that's really detail, and then go back to the larger picture. And sometimes this can kind of get out of hand, and I kind of spend an entire stream like this stream just making this arch here, and then and then nothing ever changes. But so yeah, there needs to be a balance of sorts. Just a bonfire. Okay. Let's see, guys. Okay. If I take this section here, what will happen if I take this and copy it on the other side? Let's have a look-see and see. So it needs to be moved by one block here, of course. And then, how does it look now? So something will happen here where it will cross over in a weird way, I think. So this, if we want to finish this part here, this will of course need to be here on the other side. So this will be offset by one block. And yeah, I mean, what then if this part will be matched over on this side? What then? And then this part here should be matched on the other side. The problem is now we're in kind of a pickle because this can't follow. I mean, it can, but I don't know. So maybe I just need to. So I think what I need to do is to just finish the structure just for for 2 sections and see how it looks, and then we can just go back and change it. Yeah, and see how, if it looks weird, then it looks weird, and it's just fine. So here you can already see that we have some kind of discrepancy, and this might be the place where we don't actually wait, actually, okay, let's see. So now it's actually connected to this one, but it's connected to the one beside it. And this one is connected to this one, but the block besides it. So why not just go with that and have a 2 block kind of, maybe have something like this, and then we'll actually, yeah, okay. It's not as easy as you would think. But you all know that you are all great builders, so you know how it is. It can be a bit, yeah, a bit tedious and a bit. But then again, if one kind of piece of the puzzle gets solved, then it's sometimes much easier to just use that for, to just go from there, and then just have a, it's almost like an avalanche where it when everything connects in a certain way, then the process gets much faster. It's like a design puzzle that needs to be solved. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it, at least. And sometimes I actually even prefer not to use something like staircases and just have these kind of rougher shapes. I don't know, sometimes it just looks better to me to have it more simplified. Maybe it's just a me thing, but actually, yeah. Okay, for now, let's just try this detailing here, and then this can actually just continue. Then we can have something like here we can just maybe have something like a section here that, or even, well, it could even be something like having, let's see, like having trapdoors, and then something like this. I don't know. Then again, this part here doesn't look like I want it to look. So I will probably, what happens if I'm doing this? What happens then? Then on this side, this one will go through, which is, I mean, that's actually okay. And same over here, basically. There's an interesting contrast here. The bridge looks so light and airy on the outside, but dark and regal inside. Thanks for noticing. I mean, of course, I thought of that before you even said it. Duh. But really, one of the things I like to do is kind of the same thing I explained with earlier with the kind of the what I called the bloodstones, or it is mud in this case, but the stones outside, that you kind of sometimes you kind of find a certain piece of lore or a design choice or something that kind of anchors the build in a kind of in an interesting way, and you can kind of double down and use that as a design philosophy to kind of build the rest of it. And of course, Dasha, your precious ballroom is of course at the center of all of this this regal stuff, you know. Actually, I think it's probably nicer to have this this part be continuing over here. Okay, let's see if this works. I think this could work just fine, just as at least as a starting point, and then we can change it if we find it to be a bit boring. I mean, we could add a kind of a bit of detailing that that kind of brings this to life in a way that is a bit more interesting, perhaps. Let's see. The thing is, I don't want the exposed blocks above, but I don't know. This could actually be another reason why you should never stream building, because you're put on the spot and judged by very judgmental people like Dasha and Myth and Sandy. Very judgmental people. I'm kidding. You're not judgmental. I'm not sure. Then we have this kind of weird. How about something like this? That's actually quite nice. Definitely not Sandy. I call BS Sandy. BS. So guys, what are you building? Do you have any builds? So I know some of you, but you can tell the chat anyway. Hey, aloha, Most. Welcome. Welcome. It's so nice to see you. So I was just asking the chat, do you have any kind of like a build you're working on right now? Yeah, Most, I remember you. We connected a long time ago. I'm finally. This is the fifth stream. Sorry. Yeah, and it's been really fun. It has been really fun. Hey, Acorn. Hello. Welcome. Good to see you here. Acorn is a pro streamer. a really good streamer. And a good builder too. So definitely check her stuff out. But yeah, Acorn, I was asking the chat what people are building at the moment, if there's anything like interesting. I know, Sandy, you're working on a pirate ship, on a really cool pirate ship. Or at least you're part of the team that works on it, right? Hey, Nex. Thank you. I'm doing great. I'm struggling a little bit with kind of detailing this part here. Yes, Akon, I'm using the new cinnabar. I actually started the stream with using mangrove, and then then I updated for the last stream. I updated, and the cinnabar is really nice. It's actually really close to mangrove. I think it's just a bit brighter and a bit more vibrant. And then between last stream and this stream, I added a bit of detailing. I needed to kind of spend a bit of time just doing a bit of work. And earlier I showed the other guys this really cool view when you go inside. So this is of course just empty space now, but there are some really cool kind of areas. And when you walk in here and walk out on the outside and kind of observe the extremely large, I mean, it's the word that came to my mind was megalophobia, because it's just so imposing, kind of almost like it's kind of it's reaching over, like a hand reaching over from the other side of the mountain. But I think it's a really cool kind of, it wasn't even intentional that I made this kind of platform here. It was just part of the kind of the rough volumes I was building. And then, I thought this looked kind of cool. Netherrack and mango. Yeah, I think I haven't tried it that much. I mean, it is quite close to something like. Let's see. I actually have I made some sort of. Well, this is my old kind of gradient. So I wanted to do some kind of gradient for the mountain, and kind of it has to kind of transition from the mountain and up into the cinnabar. And I think just looking at this gradient here, something like this could work. Maybe, and you can see here it's almost as it matches the mangrove really well, but it's just a tad brighter and a bit more kind of vibrant, just a tiny bit. And so Nation PL, hey, finished building the fortified bridge yesterday. I'm sending a photo on Discord. Oh, that's awesome. So I won't check it right now, but I will check it later. And that goes to all of you guys. If you have any kind of new build you want to kind of share, just do that. And it's awesome to see kind of the different creations coming up with. I would love to see that, definitely. Yeah. Okay, let's try and... yeah, this won't be exactly symmetrical, but I think this is fine. I think it's just as a starting point, I think this works. So Morse just asking if I've considered the idea to have 1 or 2 towers in the middle coming off the big arch. No, not in the middle. So, okay. Just for a quick kind of... The most of the build is kind of more or less set. So I want this kind of a bridge, of course, but then I want it to narrow down and then be extended at the corners. So because of the bigger volume we have on the left, it's actually I think it needs a bit more volume here, and if we can't go to the side, we can go up. So I think this part here will be extended upwards for some kind of tower over here, just to kind of balance the big volume we have on the right a bit, to have that. Hey Patty, welcome. But yeah, last stream we did a bit of just a bit of detailing on these towers here and the bridges, but I mean, it takes so long. Usually I spend so much time just working day in and day out on builds. So I mean, 3 hour a 3-hour stream, that's, I mean, it's almost nothing really. It's it flies by in a second almost. I mean, Sandy, you can probably attest to that sometimes. I don't know how your other streamers feel about that. This is just me, but it's I just feel like it's yeah, I never have enough time to to build on stream. That's okay. No, most the mountains they are vanilla mountains. They're completely vanilla. So you can actually I have I need to show you guys. The mountains are vanilla, so all the towers and kind of the way they're built is guided by the mountain. You can almost see the parts of the mountain that kind of that I made this off here and over here. That's an Acon. I mentioned this to you earlier, that I really like just going to finding a really kind of interesting seed with mountains that look really interesting, and then just use that as a guide. So you can see some of the volumes here. They just follow the mountain as it is, basically. Not all of them, obviously, but most of them kind of follow the natural kind of terrain that is generated. And the good thing about the Minecraft, kind of these, I can't remember if this is particular to one kind of biome or several, but the way they are created, it's almost always a bit jagged, and it creates these kind of rectangular shapes that I really enjoy using as kind of almost a footprint for the build. So it kind of builds itself in a way. It makes it much easier to. I talk about this in a video I made called Mountain Castles. I believe it's just called that. Oh my god, Dreadnought! You gave me a what is it called? I rarely get them. It's a super chat. Thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Thank you so much. Currently building the mausoleum and saw you were live. Thanks for the cool builds. Thank you, and thank you so much for the donation. It means so much to me. Yeah, the mausoleum, that's a tough one. It's a big one. I hope you're having fun with it at least. Yeah, I mean, Axiom in general is really useful. It is. So I had begun using it more, and I use it a lot in general for kind of sketching and stuff. I mean, it depends on what I'm doing, but I have, up until this point at least, I've tried to kind of keep my what is it called? My time-lapse videos as a kind of manual, or kind of I build as manually as I possibly can. And I mean, it is difficult because, I mean, it just takes so much time. but I do find that, just for myself at least, that having a kind of how would you put it? What am I trying to say? Having it be kind of be built manually, where you see where everything is placed, and even though it does happen fast in a time lapse, I do find that more compelling as a video form. But yeah, I completely get why you wouldn't do that, because it's so exhausting to do. I think this is, yeah. Yeah, back to stream 1, exactly, Sandy. I showed all of what I did in that stream, basically, yeah. But yeah, it is a bit, looking at it up close, it is a bit bare and, dare I say, boring. I'm not saying it's boring, but it's just a bit, yeah, you know how it is. You kind of feel like it needs more detail, but you're not quite at the point where you're committing to any kind of any specific detailing. And for me, it's also about texturing. I need to texture this later, but I enjoy having, I enjoy building in a way where I create the clean version first, and then at the very end, I will texture everything. And this is just my my kind of backup way of thinking. I like having each iteration of the build kind of saved in a neat file, so I always can go back and change the build to something else. Or yeah, I know it's a bit yeah, I don't know, a bit obsessed, but I think it's really nice to have that in, even though you're probably never going to use it. It's just nice to have your creation, all the different versions of it, and being able to go back and, like, if you want to change something and create a whole new kind of color scheme for it, and then doing that from a clean version can be easier. It gets better and better, yeah. Hopefully it gets better and better. It usually does. I mean, it's sure what I'm doing here right now, but something. Okay, let's see. Backups are always smart. I mean, I have heard about people throughout my time on Discord and also in the comment section, people kind of coming in and and kind of not confessing, but talking about how they've spent so many hours building one of my builds or another build, and then it either was griefed or they lost the save in some way or another, and it's just so soul crushing to kind of spend so much time and then lose it. And because as an architect, I do a lot of projects where I just need to have backups. I mean, it's just well, does it look nice? In a way, it's a bit. For now, let's just keep it as it is here, and then we can change it later. But yeah, it's really disheartening to hear kind of people lose all that stuff. And as an architect, I have tried so many times working on a project. Well, maybe not that many times, but I've tried it too many times compared to how many times I would have wanted to experience that. But losing, like in the middle of the night, the day before I'm finishing a project, I'm just working without sleeping, and losing something at a time like this is just the worst thing ever. And just throughout the years, I've just gotten used to just backing everything up and making a backup of the backup, and just a lot of redundancy. I know that I'm privileged in that way because I do have I have everything set up like with my computer and backup stuff in a way that makes that much easier for me. But I mean, it's if you can do it, then do it. But yeah, of course, it's not possible for every single person to do. Someone has already completed the first stream of this build. You know who? Oh no, Myth, are you kidding? You're not kidding me, because he said to me that he that he had a surprise. I mean, I don't know what he's made of. If he's a robot or if he's a cyborg of some kind. Yeah, I'm talking about a person. I'm using the word person lightly because I don't think he's human. But yeah, this person has made something that I mean, he has remade all my builds just by watching my videos without even using anything. It's incredible. I don't know how he does it. Madman crazy energy. Yes, it is definitely a madman. I should ban him from my Discord just because he's too mad to be part of my Discord. I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, it is impressive. I mean, I don't get it. Well, I get it, of course, but yeah, we're all mad here, Sandy. Yeah, I mean, Sandy, you're mad in a different kind of way. And that is okay. We're all mad in our own special kind of way. Let's see. I know this goes a bit slow, but in a bit I will do this a bit faster, because now, in a moment, I can actually extend this and... let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can do this and then... yeah. Yeah, the excitement over a pixel game in this chat, it is palpable. It is incredible that people can get this excited. But I mean... So as with any, I think having it be a game and be a bit unserious in a way that a game is, and it's supposed to be in a lot of ways, I think we sometimes forget how many incredible things you can make And yeah, I think in a lot of ways, Minecraft is a medium, like any medium, like painting or like building models or anything that where you can kind of it has its own its own kind of design or kind of design language in a way, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is that you have last stream I talked about watercolor and how watercolor is amazing for people who actually want to kind of people that are getting started with a medium like painting and want something that is kind of rewarding to use. And I find in a lot of ways it's so rewarding because simply because with watercolor you can it can be difficult and a bit unwieldy or a bit it kind of has a mind of its own. But if you learn how to kind of just play with it and just use that kind of chaotic feel of the paint, you can actually create something that is actually easy to paint, but looks much more impressive than it might be, than it actually is. And I'm just saying this because I think Minecraft, in a lot of ways, Minecraft is just a medium like that, in the same way that a lot of other mediums, they have their own kind of design language. So if you go close to one of a creation from one of you guys, for instance, and you see how it's made, you can almost just by looking at, not almost, but you can, but just by looking at it, easily see how it was. I mean, you can easily see how distinctly Minecraft it is, basically, in a way that is just different than anything else. And yeah, I find that really cool that you can, that you can have something that is so kind of unique in its kind of design, or in its kind of the possibilities of what you can design up is what I mean, actually. Okay, let's try and see. I'm still a bit unsure if I can copy everything at this moment. I think I can, because now I have enough sections. So here, let's just do a bit of detailing just for this part here. Just a tiny bit, and then we can see if we can just copy this for everything else. Maybe should I add some lighting from the start? Maybe I should, actually. And now again, because of the design choices I've made, we are in this position where it's the lighting will be a bit kind of off center, but maybe, I don't know. Let's try and remove the effects. So this is how it will look. It will look when we turn off the lighting. Let's see. Because I'm not sure, do I want this to be lit or do I want the part below to be lit? In a way, I want this to be lit. Let's try and add a bit of lighting. So what I'm going to do here is to add a bit of lighting behind the shroom lighting. Let's just take that just as a so the question is, do we want something like this? I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure. So does light penetrate these shelves? Do you guys know that? It doesn't really, does it? No. Okay. Copper golem statues, Nancy. Yes, I actually need to add more of those. Yeah. Hey, foundation worker. So you actually subscribe to my my YouTube membership. That's awesome. Welcome, Dreadnought. Thank you so much for subscribing. That is awesome. You are a real one. Let's see. I paint acrylic on canvas, hence the name. Oh yeah. Started at 14, will be 40 this year. You know what? You are much better than painting with acrylics than I am. I'm sure of it. I'm fairly new to it, so yeah. Okay, let's try this just for now and see if this works, and then we might add just one. Let's see, chain. Let's add a chain here and then a lantern. For now, we can just use the normal lanterns, and then let's try this. Rosenkreuz. Hi, welcome. I've been summoned by the mention of my shenanigans. Yes, you have. You're the person that shall not be named. I think it's blasphemy. You have done something. You have built. You have recreated this build before it's even finished. I actually, the thing I said to you was, I'm guessing you will be finished with this build before I am, and you will design the build for me. I think that's that's how fast you are. No, I think it's awesome. It is awesome. Of course, it's not blasphemy. It's just incredible that you can be this productive. I think it's especially after what happened. So maybe you can tell the others yourself. But something happened with the other builds you made that was really unfortunate. So yeah, I am impressed, to say the least. A true madman. And Ninja Acrylic, you tried oils for a few years. Love the depth. So I actually have a bunch of oil colors from my father. He left me a lot of oil colors. He paints it a lot, and I really want to kind of try them. And yeah, I definitely want to do that and get better at using oil. It's much so. As you know, the good thing about watercolor is you can simply. It's so easy to just take like a palette with you and go anywhere, and it just dries out. You don't need anything, just a bit of water, and you're good. It's such a convenient kind of. It's so convenient to use. So yeah, it's. Definitely different than oil color, but there's something special about oil also. So definitely a good medium. And you paint with oil too, Nancy. Oh, that's incredible to hear. I am really glad to hear that. Let's see if I'm doing this correctly. I think so. Yes. I will be okay. So this part here, we might be. Yeah, I should just do this here over here too. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, cheese can only restrain you for so long. Yeah, I know. Cheese is another member of the Discord, and they're all aware of your shenanigans. I think it is inspiring, to say the least, to see you complete builds just out of videos and the odd screenshot here and there. But it's really impressive. So yeah, I hope you continue and don't burn out anytime soon. What if the floor design was frog lights or shroom lights? You could probably also add lighting to the bottom of the pillars. Yes, and I think actually the thing is, it's easier to just complete the kind of one section entirely instead of having to copy everything 2 times. So I think you're totally right, Sandy. It is. I think it's a good idea to do. I also need to do this here. So wait. I'm not sure I can do this. Maybe I can. Let's check this out and see if I can. I think I can. Yeah. I think this should work. Hello, bro. You are a pro builder. Me? Well, I mean, you could say that. I think it's a title that I don't know if I can take upon me, but maybe yeah, I am probably a pro builder. Okay, so this will continue. I think this is really cool, and the way kind of everything is kind of it's almost as if this kind of hallway was it almost feels like it was straight at one point, and then it just kind of morphed into this session where just everything just moved 1 block. Yeah. Mercantile, so you are making your structure the sanctum on a world created with your friends. It's amazing. That's awesome. That is awesome. But yeah, Sandy, let's try some shroom lights and see what works here. So my instinct is to go simple and do kind of some kind of checkerboards thingy, but I think we need to do something a bit more advanced, just a tiny bit. We do have our beloved block here. So let's see. We have. Okay, let's see. Should this go from this one to this here? Good question. So this one here should align with the one over here, right? In some way or another. 5 blocks each. Okay, let's try this and see if we can get something interesting out of this one. Remember the builded, I mean, you mean gilded? Is it gilded? Are you talking about yeah, the gilded Bloodstone? Yeah. Yeah, that's actually really cool. I'll just wait a second. I think we need a bit of. I need a bit of red, just something. Maybe a bit of. Let's just have a look. See here. Maybe. And then, so you're saying you want this block here? Yeah, I'm not sure. Not quite sure. How does it look with shaders? I mean, when everything is closed off. Well, in a way, okay. Actually, I think I enjoy this this kind of striped continuation of these blocks here. Maybe this. perhaps. I'm not sure yet. And let's see, what do we need? We need something. So we need something for these here, and I might need something brighter. Is a polished version of anything I can use? Is of course the red one from the cinnabar, but I think that is a basalt. I mean, I love the polished basalt. That's a really cool block. I've used that for floors before. Maybe you can do something like this. Yeah, I'm not quite convinced at this point, but let's try and just do a quick copy here. Yeah. Oh. Maybe I'm not sure about the thing I mentioned with the lines. Hello, good job, bro. Nice gameplay. Thank you. I mean, it's going steady. It's I am I'm not the fastest builder, but I think having a nice cozy building stream is nice too. It doesn't have to be fast all the time. There are some builders that can just build so fast and focus. So my attention is kind of divided at this point with you guys, but it feels like it can feel a bit. Yeah, it almost feels like it's going a bit slower than it should. Okay, I've done something that doesn't make any sense right. Why is it looking like this? Okay, there's definitely something amiss. Let's see. I think what we need to do is. Okay, so we have two here in the middle. We do actually. So this is 4 here and then 4 here. 5 here and 4 here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 4 here. So it should probably be something like this instead. Reinforced deep slate, yeah, maybe. Let's see. Let's just try and see how this looks just for now, and then. But I do think, yeah, maybe something a bit more bright on the floor could actually be nice. So we have the ochre light, or ochre lights. How about, okay, let's try this instead. How about this, and then using the crates, the waxed, I don't know. Let's try these just to see how this looks. I know I'm kind of switching up some of the ideas. How about trapdoors? So the thing is, I would want something like the mangrove trapdoors. I have them already here. And then there's something quite simple and also a bit kind of nice about this design that I actually like. Let's try and see. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. That's fine. Oh, I forgot something. I need to copy the bottom too. netherite blocks. Yeah, going full going full apeshit with difficult blocks to to find. Yeah, that's one thing I've heard kind of people complain about with my some of my tutorials, is that, I mean, there are blocks I use where I didn't think about the practicality of it. I just chose a block like the mangrove block is quite a bit harder to kind of farm than some of the other wood types. And I used it for a place in the sanctum that doesn't really need it at all, because it's kind of hidden, sort of hidden. And you could use all kinds of blocks instead. Yeah. I know it's bad. Okay, just 1 second. So this one will kind of... okay, so it will go 2 blocks at a time. So this one is actually similar to this one here. But then why... there's something that doesn't add up here. I can't seem to figure out why this doesn't work. Doesn't it work? Is it because of... I think that this part here always needs to be 2 blocks here. Otherwise it doesn't make sense, I think. I think this is the way to go, because now you have... let's see... Yeah, I think this is the way, because now it has 2... Okay, this is not the way. Or is it? I'm so confused. Why am I so confused? I need to... Okay, I think there's just something wrong, because here you can see there's 3 here, but there's 3 here, 2 here, and 2 here. But then there's always 1 block more on one side of the... I want this to be kind of rotatable in a way that is, when I rotate it 180 degrees, it's the same. So the thing is, let's just take this 1 block at a time. So this part here needs to match this part over here, but they're not aligned, so they kind of have to meet in the middle somewhere. So I think because this is the radial design, I would call it almost, this part here, that's 4, and this part here is 5. Then this part here needs to be 5, and this part needs to be 4, because then you can rotate it and it should be the same. So this needs, the middle one here needs to be, it needs to be like this. It doesn't make sense either way. But then the other one over here needs to be 5 here. Try taking out the blackstone. Should I take out the blackstone altogether? Yeah, I mean, I could do that and then just have the... Then there's no rhythm to it in the same way. But then again, I have the rhythm, the kind of the rhythmic, the rhythm that kind of follows comes from the arches and pillars. So maybe it doesn't have to have that. That might be true actually. So as long as this part here, but you can see there's a problem because it doesn't line up with the checkerboard pattern. Because if I, let's say I take this and move it 1 block, then you're stuck with this pattern here. So you're kind of forced to do some kind of okay, let's try something else. Okay, let's try something else. So this part here, this connects to the 2 blocks here, and this connects to the 2 blocks here. So this should be repeatable if we rotate everything. So if I do this and rotate it, not like this, like so, this should be the exact same thing, and it is. So this part is good. So let's build the part over here and just copy these 4 here, and then have these 4 be over here, right? It's still the same. When I say the same, I mean that you can take this part and simply rotate it 180 degrees. So I think this is the solution. So this part here, now we can do this, and then let's see. Yes, I think this is the solution. What Sandy said, I like that idea. And now I can't see the idea because I haven't kept up with the chat. This happens when this happens when you're not paying attention. Personal opinion, but if you change the iron bars with the waxed copper ones, it might be more authentic. Maybe you might be right. The waxed, so what you mean is you're talking about the you're talking about these ones here, right? So in this case it would be these. So what you're saying is you want this one instead, right? So I did try it before. I wasn't sure if I wanted this. What is happening? Yeah. You know what? It's just from the outside, there was something that kind of led me to. But you know what? The thing is, I use iron bars so much that it's not even funny anymore. So why not do what chat says for once for a change? I never do what chat says. So face. Okay, I'm actually again. See, Myth. We are back at it again. We're back at it again. This is my my thing. For the people who haven't been here before, if you ever seen me stream, you will find me describing something in something I'm building, and then you can't see anything because I'm on face cam, which is a bit unfortunate. But give me a break. I'm only just begun streaming. I need to be able to. So I won't be using those. I will be using Bloodstone, I think. But I think I will use the polished one, or okay. Let's just try this one here, and then if I can even play the game. Okay. Like so, yes. So now this should work, because now you have yeah, this should be the same, right? It should be, right? Let's try and see if it works. If I do this and rotate it, yes, this is exactly what we need. He must obey his mods. Yeah, I am beholden to my mods sometimes. That is true. Even though I know better than them, they, at least sometimes, they can be useful sometimes. I'm just kidding. You're always useful. You're always useful. Okay, let's do a quick switcheroo of these blocks here, and then yes, okay, and maybe this one over here too, and this one here. Okay, Nice. This is nice. Okay, let's have a look and see how it looks. And again, I might change this later, but I think for now this is maybe fine. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. So the thing is, we have this in the middle, but this might be a feature, not a bug. So yeah. So it kind of works as kind of a, in a way, it just kind of highlights the middle blocks. For now, let's just keep this. We can always change it. This is not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Okay. I will try and copy this part here and then just do this for a couple of and we actually need to, yes, this should be fine. I think this one actually, yeah, this should be fine. Okay. So let's just do a couple of these and then see how everything lines up. And then we can go back and copy more of it. I'm just doing a bit of it just to see how it looks. And then yes. It kind of looks like a off-center mouth over there. Of course, we need a really cool kind of doorway here. I think we need something that is kind of follows the shape of this. So something something like this, and then this is not correct. This is definitely not correct. Let's see. And then we can use this one here. Okay. I do personally believe that we are gathering somewhere to have fun and escape the day-to-day problems. I hope so. I hope. Yeah. Let's hope so. I mean, okay. So when I started, I actually started watching Minecraft way later than you would think. I know I told you about this in the last stream, but I didn't know any YouTuber, maybe besides someone like Dream, because of his reputation before 21. I think it was kind of on the backside of COVID. That's when I actually started watching YouTube, like Minecraft on YouTube. And what is wrong with these things here? Oh, I copied these. Okay, doesn't matter. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not panicking at all. But yeah, I didn't know anyone. I think because I began building a lot in 2020, I began to kind of look at what was out there in terms of creators, and then just to kind of make the connection to what you said, Morst. I remember watching Hermitcraft back in 21. That was mainly when I watched Hermitcraft. I haven't kept up with it a bit. I have, but not much since I started the channel. But it just felt like the most kind of pure form of escapism, because you kind of transported into this universe where there's nothing about the real world. It's just people having fun and building, and just gathering, and it just felt like a complete kind of decoupling of the troubles of the day-to-day, and that was really that was such a cool kind of thing to be part of, and so I hope that is kind of what it keeps being in a lot of ways. And of course, you can talk about kind of important stuff. That's not the point. It's just that it can be like a pure form of escapism, where you just have fun and you don't think about all the kind of the responsibilities and stuff happening in your life that you just really want to forget just for an hour or two or whatever. That is a beautiful thing, I think. Okay, let's see. I need to do a bit of, let's just delete this here, and then do you want me to tell you some names of great builders? Sure, you can. So I know some myself, but you can definitely tell me some. I'm always interested in hearing about other builders. There are so many great builders, so yeah, it's potentially a long list. Oh, just 1 second. Okay. Yes. Oh, Sandy, saying my community is special. Thank you so much. Sandy is also, for the people who don't know, Sandy is also a streamer and a YouTuber, and she makes all sorts of cool videos. And if you want to hear her awesome professional, no, that's too much, Most, too much. You are being too kind. If you want to hear Sandy's professional voice acting, go and watch The Trials of Utgard. She voice acted that entire video, and it's awesome. It kind of, I made that video before, like last year, and then last December we kind of worked together on the. Wait, just 1 second. Have I done something terrible? I hope not. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It's just this block here, maybe. Oh, you know how nervous I get when something doesn't align. I think it's just this block here, because everything kind of aligns with the three. I think this is okay. But yeah, watch that video. Sandy's narration of that this story about Loki and Thor and Chalfie going to Utgard to challenge the giants. She really made a good. The voiceover was great, and yeah, it's definitely. I think the video that video became a lot better by that, and just the tiny kind of like editing, the kind of I did a bit of editing for that video too, that where it kind of I just trimmed some of the fat off, and then I think it's a much better product, and everything kind of made more sense also from a kind of yeah, in general it made more sense. Okay, there's something wrong here. We need, oh, come on. Okay, I will just do it manually. That's also fine. Yeah, it's huge. It is huge, the build. It is, some would say too huge. I don't think it's too huge, too big. But yeah, it is rather massive. So I'm trying to make this work. There's definitely something going on here that doesn't make sense at the moment, but we can just remove this and okay, let's see. Let's just do this and then okay. But yeah, some cool pillars. Okay. If we have to be serious and mention others, it's difficult because there are so many really great pillars, and I think that I actually think that it's that the thing I said about Minecraft as a medium. I mean this in a way that the way I mean it is there's so many kind of ways of building that, in the same way that you can paint in watercolor or in watercolor or in something like oil, and then come up with all kinds of different kind of styles and expressions. I feel the same way about Minecraft, where you can, even though there are kind of ways that look more realistic or more detailed, I don't think you should measure builds or kind of builders as on a scale. It's much more of a landscape, in my opinion. It's a landscape of ways of being good and being bad at building, basically, where you can excel at something that is really kind of not really realistic, or maybe it's something that's I don't know. It could be anything really. I'm just saying that I really enjoy the diversity of builds we see in Minecraft, and even though if you have a particular way of building, don't get discouraged if you're looking at someone and you kind of find their builds to be much more detailed or much more big. There's so many, also in terms of scale. I do these kind of large scale builds, but if you go and look, there are so many great builders that do kind of tiny builds just details that are just so well done that it doesn't matter that it's not really big, and you can see all the glory of Minecraft. You can see within the okay, I did it again. Look at this. I'm just checking to see if there's any flaw. I was just saying that that there are so many ways of building in a way that is legitimate. Anything is legitimate, but you know what I mean. It's you shouldn't compare yourself to someone that builds larger or more detailed in general. Just try and do what you build the way you kind of enjoy building, and then and a good thing. I'm saying this as a person that, as a builder that kind of focuses on large builds, I'm actually seeing a resurgence of small builds in a way that is much more where people kind of deliberately build much smaller, which is awesome, because it's not a lesser build because it's smaller. I think in any way really. It's just, I just do this because that's what I enjoy. I kind of enjoy the scale of it, and I enjoy building in a way that I don't have to I can make things fairly detailed, but just having something like this, you don't need a whole lot more. You need texturing, perhaps, and maybe some variation of one kind or another, but I don't think you need to be kind of to just be extremely go that extreme when it comes to the detailing. So look at this right now. Now we have this giant walkway over the clouds, and actually, okay, so this is actually interesting, because right now it's the thing that kind of makes defines this the bridge here, or the upper side of the bridge are actually these what are they called? The grates. They are the ones. The color of them is actually what you see when you zoom out or move back. Those are the most prevalent ones. They kind of add this kind of light touch to it, where this is more dark. And this is stuff that kind of has to. Sometimes you kind of have to see it in the build before you kind of know if it's something that looks awesome. Because my instinct would be to use some darker colors, a bit like this, but it's actually really cool to have something that is a bit in contrast to that. So let's just keep this as a bit of a decision from the chat. So look at this. This is the giant bridge that is doesn't really serve a purpose other than being a really, really cool walkway or hallway. But I actually like that. I enjoy building something that isn't really meant for something that is practical. I really like building something that is just there for the sake of its grandeur, and it's like the majestic feeling you get when you look at it. I think that's basically what cathedrals are for in a lot of ways. It's big empty space that's there to kind of give you awe and inspire you, basically. So yeah, that's definitely something I really enjoy in builds. Okay, let's do this, and then something like this is fine. It's all practice and just taking time to look through the inventory and blocks and seeing what you can use to enhance the build or carry the story further. Get inspiration from other creators, definitely. Other creators, and also just Google or whatever you use, kind of a search up images of all kinds of real life buildings in general. I use a lot of my books from studying architecture and books I've bought, like old books that are really inspiring to look at, with old drawings of cathedrals and all kinds of buildings, really. But it's, I mean, you can find anything online, so you can, you don't need to buy or spend money getting inspiration. Definitely not. But it is really, yeah, it is really helpful to just get some inspiration and maybe even copy something and try to build it, and then you can always I mean just for like when testing stuff, I think it's fine to just try and recreate something. The problem is, of course, kind of claiming it as your own, but in general, just build anything really, and then and just for practice, and then yeah, I don't know about this. This is not something I will keep, I think, but yeah, I think this works quite well. I suppose if the sun could kind of enter more directly, I don't know how that would look. I actually like this very much. Okay, let's move out of this hallway of hell. No. Okay, let's see. I do want to do a bit of detailing. In on some of the walls. I think there are a lot of things that needs to be that misses, or that lacks detailing, but some of the walls and towers here could be cool to kind of bring a little further, just to resemble some of the other buildings. And here, I think for this one, I'm not sure how tall this tower will be, but I will have some kind of floor underneath here that will connect to the buildings over here, and then this one will connect over here somewhere. I'm not sure where, but for now we can just try and connect them and then create the missing bridge for our build. It's not really, well, it is a bridge, but a really tiny one. Yeah, the blackstone in the floor looks like shadow. I like that too. I really like the use of blackstone underneath. It's not even detailed yet, but just this contrast is really nice. And also for these parts over here. Yeah, I definitely enjoy that. Okay, let's just do this, and then I'll try and do a bit of detailing on some of the towers and walls in general. So yeah, I'm not totally sure about this one, but we'll see. do you have any tips on terraforming? Me and my friend have been building your Emberheart Castle lately, but we will need to build the entire. Yeah, the problem with the thing about the Emberheart Castle in particular is that it's kind of the build wasn't made to be made into a tutorial. At no point was it meant for that. Which is, I mean, that's, I don't know, it's just, yeah, the problem is that it was so hard to, so it was created in a way where I didn't really take into account it ever being a tutorial. So I didn't bother being kind of thinking about how to best create something. So I have, in later builds, I have, like this one here, I'm simply using the mountain as it is, and then people can use it. But yeah, the problem with that's basically the problem with Emberheart Castle. It is just it just needs that extra bit of extra bit of what am I trying to say? Yeah, terraforming basically, because it's just one big mountain that is kind of put on top of the original mountain, and I know it's a bit frustrating. I don't know. Have you watched the intro to the second video and the intro to the third video, especially the second one? I talk a bit about some of the things you could do for that one, and even though it is a bit, it is a bit too late in a sense, because it. Yeah, the entire idea was to kind of, I didn't think people would build it anywhere else than the seed I provided, because it was made for that. And that's why for the Utgard tutorial I made, the latest one I made, I actually created an alternative version of Utgard to be used in any seed that is much more flexible. And yeah, that's just a bit unfortunate with the Emberheart Castle. But yeah, in the beginning of the intro to that video, I kind of talk about the methods you could use when it comes to the methods, and kind of just to give you a kind of a quick sense of what I'm talking about. So you have the original mountain is here, and then you have all the towers above. So the terraform mountain is missing. So the easiest way of doing it is to build all the towers the way I describe it, and all the walls, and then go back after that and look at the beginning of video 2, look at the outline, look where the pause the video. I have a 360-degree shot where I make the mountain transparent, and kind of it kind of shows it on and off with the mountain. And for that part, you can see exactly where it connects to the towers and to the walls. And I would do that, because then you only build what is needed. You only build the part that is needed, and you should be able to see, just have a couple of reference points on the mountain below where it connects. And then I would kind of string together, kind of like spider web, these parts, just the pivotal parts, the where it connects to the tower, and then try and fill in the gaps. I think that's the best way of doing it, because at like a straight up tutorial where I showed you each block, that would be insane to create and follow. I think it's much better to kind of get an idea of where it connects on the mountain, and then try to kind of fill in the gaps. I think that's the best tip I can give you. There is no reference for this build at all, other than my own build and maybe Redmane Castle in Elden Ring. But actually, neither of these two builds are close to that, really. If you look at it, how it looks, it's, other than it being this bridge over two mountains, but it's not really that close to it, I would say. I don't think so, at least. That's just my opinion. Okay, let's try something like this and then see if this works. I'm not sure it works. I'm not sure, guys. Let's try this and then copy all of this. For now, this is fine. I think this is okay for now. It's a bit. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, no problem. Glad to help. I mean, it can be really difficult with stuff like this. It's not easy. So there's no, and especially if you, yeah. Again, I didn't think of people wanting to do it, so I simply didn't incorporate that idea into the first video, and which is, I mean, that I definitely learned from that, because later videos, as I mentioned, I kind of tried to kind of incorporate other ways of other ways of kind of building, and so just a little thing like I didn't understand Emerald Cathedral. I'm sorry to hear that. You should, if there's anything particular you want to ask, go to my Discord. It's in the description, and then just post the pictures of the part you're not understanding. If there's anything in particular that you don't understand, then it's much easier for us to help you if you post images or something like that. So definitely do that for a bit if you want some help. Yeah, what I wanted to say, this is something Dasha, you know, Dasha, maybe Dasha has gone. I didn't see if she left, but this is something that she has kind of mentioned, because it's a bit of, yeah, it's a bit silly, but it's just one of my quirks. But that is, I enjoy building uneven numbers when it comes to towers, bridges, anything really, as long as it's much easier for me to design something that has one central block, and then you can divide everything from there. So you can see here I'm struggling a bit, because this is this bridge here is an even number, which is fine, but then I can't really. So let's say that I wanted to make an alternating bridge, like something like this one over here. So something like this, kind of simple, where I alternate between two blocks basically. This works well on in odd numbers, but for a bridge like this is really irritating. But because here I would need to do this, and you can probably already see what's wrong here. It's I mean, you can do it. There's no. It's not like you're not allowed to. But I just, my sensibilities doesn't. No. I need this to be symmetrical. Yeah. So sorry to disappoint. I will kind of get around that with doing some sort of double design here, which looks fine. I think this looks fine. Good night, Hugh. I'm just gonna say Hugh. Thank you for coming. It was really nice seeing you. Yeah, the curse, Nancy, the curse of the even numbers. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have a block or a wall, or well, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have the same problem here. Okay, I am. You know what? Because this is okay. I will make a rash decision right now. an impulsive decision to actually do this, and then oh, that's not what I want to do. Oh, it's just very low, the volume, isn't it? Or is it just me? Maybe not. I thought the music had stopped. So I will do this now. I will do this, and cooling. So Elijah, you're building the mausoleum in survival bedrock. You're 16 minutes into the foundation. Any tips? So there might be people in here that have built the mausoleum that can actually give you some tips, because I don't think you need tips for. I mean, you can need tips for building the build in general or following along, but I think a lot of this kind of the problem with large builds is just burnout and it being overwhelming. So maybe if that's like a person on here that have done it before, they might give you some tips to kind of how to manage your sanity, basically. Because I mean, it is a big task, and yeah, I don't know. It's I actually don't know, because I don't play Bedrock, and I don't. Well, I have played Survival, but I haven't done it in a while now. And when it comes to large, I never done a build like my own builds in Survival, not that big. So I'm not even sure what to tell you other than take breaks. Don't or come on my Discord to talk about the stuff you have issues with. If there's anything that doesn't work or is anything that you need help with, and others will help. Will kind of show you what they know and what they have. What they have done with their builds or their version of the build. Just keep grinding. I mean, the grinding part of getting the materials, that's a whole other issue that you need to think about, and I don't know really what to tell you when it comes to that, because this is also just a really tough part. I'm not really sure about this. So should it be? Now I'm not sure. Okay, let's try this one. This instead. And then one here, and then okay. Yeah, this could work. Take plenty of breaks. I think this is probably the best answer, because it is really I can imagine it. It's really exhausting. Okay, I need to be a little bit faster. I mean, each time I build for you guys here on stream, it just feels like I'm not wasting time. It's just that I'm not building that fast. So I just feel like in a way I feel that's probably why I feel the time flies by so fast, because I kind of see the progression, but it's a bit lackluster in a way. So let's try and just take this for now, and just we're just gonna take this part here, and I will do a different kind of tower over here, but I do want to check and see how it looks. So you can even see now here that it doesn't really match because it's too big. So let's try and do a quick. Okay, let's try something. I will use gathering resources as a break from building. Well, that's actually good. If that calms you down and it makes the process easier, then that's the method. And I actually just looked at this and could see that I made a big mistake. You can see there's something missing over here. I need to change this on the other one, but for now it's okay. I will just do this. Just delete this part here. And basically what I want to do now is actually I want to delete half of it, because, or not half of it, I want to delete 3 thirds. I don't even know what I'm saying. I want to delete as like the 3 corners, and then I can just have one corner created, and then have that corner be basically the corner I'm using for the rest. That's actually an easy way of doing it, I think. I mean, easy. It's a easier way of doing it. So let's see. We have this part here, and then we need to move this. Yeah, it's Axiom. This mod is called Axiom. It is really helpful. Definitely, it is a more advanced version of World Edit, basically, and it's such useful tool just for the fact that you can kind of copy things and see where it moves. It just makes everything much easier. So now I can do, well, actually I can do this and then I didn't want to do that. I wanted to copy it. Yeah. Okay. Something like this. Let's try that. Miguel, this is the first time I've caught a live stream. It's really interesting to see the process. I mean, it's thank you, and I'm glad you're here. So I have to get used to streaming while building. It's definitely a balancing act of kind of it can be a bit difficult. I do think it's really fun to stream, and yeah, of course, over a couple of streams, I do get a lot of work done, but it just feels a bit like my general attention is divided in a way that makes everything a bit slower. And I think that's just how it is. It is something you kind of have to get used to when streaming in general. I mean, it is just a balancing act of kind of paying attention to the chat and answering questions and all that. So I'm not going to do anything kind of in terms of the interior at this point. I'm just I'm just creating a bit of course, this would probably need to be changed at some point, but let's just wait with that and have a look and see how everything looks. There will be a lot more detailing on the towers here, but it's nice to kind of have some level of detailing, and that's also a thing that, now you mentioned my process. One of my processes is to reuse assets, reuse designs, reuse sections. So you can have a section like this over here, and use this over here, and you can have a section here, this one section, and copy it all the way over, and then you can create some really neat kind of designs that actually consist of very few elements that just is arranged in a way that makes for kind of a really kind of nice rhythm almost, right? So yeah, I can definitely recommend thinking in almost like thinking in asset creation. You create designs that you can use in one way or another for different, and also for different builds. If you have, so one of you mentioned the Emerald Cathedral. Was it that one? If you look closely at that one, you can actually see that it is an amalgamation of the mausoleum and the build from a very first video, the cold towers, as I call it. The central tower from the Emerald Cathedral is the exact same, more or less, yeah. Or it is more or less the same, yeah. And that build was actually an attempt to reusing designs and try to merge them in a way that created something new. That by adding the onion-shaped domes, you get this kind of Eastern Orthodox Russian style church from a kind of a design philosophy that is much more kind of medieval. It is not. I'm using this term very loosely because it's not really medieval. It doesn't really have a name because it's kind of abstract, but it is used in a lot of ways, like in Romanesque architecture or in Byzantine architecture. Not quite like I did it, but yeah, just doing that and trying to come up with designs that are malleable and interesting to use in different contexts. That's actually a really cool thing of doing. So this is 9 blocks in total, right? So over here, what do we have here? I'm guessing this one might be that. Yes, it's 9 blocks. So for now, let's just try and take this one here, and maybe it doesn't look right. I'm not sure yet, but just for now, I'm just gonna borrow this structure here, and we might even cut it down to be a bit shorter or something. I'm not sure yet. Wait, I didn't copy everything. Yes, okay. Hey, Crow's back, hey! Awesome! I thought we lost you, but you're back. How much are you so far for this? I don't know how many blocks I've used for this build. I don't know. I have no idea, actually. It's a good question. I mean, I could try and count them with... I can count them with World Edit, but let's wait a bit and see. So I don't think I will do this. I don't want this tower to interfere with the tower at the back. I don't want it. There's too much kind of a competition between the two, if that makes sense. I didn't talk about it, but you can see this in the original time lapse of the mausoleum or the monastery. You can see that I changed one of the towers in the middle of everything. I build it, remove it, and then make a less kind of a smaller version of it. And I simply did this to kind of sometimes when you build towers, they compete with each other in a way that is too much almost. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but it's more of a balancing act where some towers I actually find to be a bit less prominent, a bit more in the background. So if all towers are equally interesting and equally majestic and tall, and then it might turn into something of a bit of a, I don't know. Yeah. Because, yeah, I don't know how you feel about my builds, but I have a slight kind of this feeling. I have a bit of that feeling for the Emberheart Castle. And I'm not saying I don't like the build. I think it's I do like the build. I like the way it came out, but I didn't plan for the build other than a quick sketch. It was more or less made up on the spot. And the thing about doing that, I like doing that, but sometimes you can be surprised how things turn out. And when I built that castle, it came out much more kind of almost, I would say, kind of Disney-esque, a bit Disney. And saying it like that sounds a bit bad. It sounds like a bad thing. I don't mean it in a bad way. I think it is a nice castle, but it's not my favorite of the ones I made. I feel that the towers do kind of feel a bit, I don't know, that in a way they're a bit too much in competition with each other. That's also what people like about kind of those kinds of castles, perhaps. But yeah, between that and the monastery, I do like the monastery more, I think, even though it's not quite as epic. But I mean, I'm just saying in general, I do like it. So don't feel encouraged not to build. Don't. If you really like it, you should build it. And I do like it myself. I'm just saying that it is a bit didn't turn exactly out in the way I wanted it. So this might be okay. I might even move this down a bit. And there will be more windows here. I don't want this to be like towers with just one window at the top. It's definitely not the kind of the concept I'm going for. Let's see. I actually need to. Okay, let's start by just taking the inner part here. Maybe this part here and this part here. You built a couple of towers and none of them look as cool as mine. Thank you. I mean, it's. I would say sometimes you can get people in general can be a bit, and I have that too. You can be kind of overcritical of your own design. I think. I'm not saying that's necessarily the case with what you're describing right now, but yeah, I don't know. It's I think sometimes you can actually be a bit too. People can be, and myself included, be a bit too overcritical of something you're making, and take a step back, and then it's actually really not that bad. So here I would probably do something like, just remove this part here because we have, well, not sure yet. We'll get to this part. Infinity March, hello, welcome. I hope you're doing just fine. I'm having a hard time building the Emerald Cathedral all by myself, particularly the towers. I love how the building is going. So like another one mentioned, I hope I mentioned to another person, I hope that you that it isn't as bad that you can still kind of continue the build, because you can always join the Discord and come by and give talk about what problems you're having with your build, and then we can help you as well as we can basically. Okay, I think we will kind of round this corner a bit, just so we have a bit more a bit of softer kind of transition here. I don't know, maybe we'll keep this. But yeah, in general, I need to kind of come up with some kind of detailing, kind of design language. And I think for these walls here, it could be something simple. I think just having smaller windows here could actually work just fine. It could be one window or a couple of smaller ones, or both, basically. I'm just trying to come up with a couple of ideas here. Sometimes it's nice to have kind of more closed off areas that are a bit more, a bit less about the windows and more about the walls themselves. I don't think. Good question. Let's just try and make some. Because another thing is we need to figure out how these windows will be or these kind of stories will be handled, because I enjoy kind of having large, big rooms that are instead of a lot of smaller ones. So having a really nice kind of ceiling that goes all the way up could be really nice. So maybe, okay, here's an idea. We have the main room up here, and then we will have some kind of a tower above. Either this will be part of the room down here, or we will have like a distinct kind of level up here. I mean, it might be cool to actually have this be part of the room downstairs. But underneath, like here, we have this section here. So maybe this section could be closed off and just be kind of the top of the room below. So in here we can have a whole structure. So let's say that, yeah, whole structure here, and then below we can have the main windows. So here, let's try and do what I did before, just and add these windows, and then let's see. Yeah, maybe something like this. So you have good question. So maybe this room here will be a tiny bit more open than the ones below, and then the lower levels could be more closed off. This could be levels, balcony maybe. Yeah, balcony maybe, yeah. So I do want to have a balcony out here with my beautiful gargoyles. So this could be nice to have. I think that could be like an inner balcony, like a mezzanine or mezzanine inside, and then the construction above. So you're almost walking inside the construction of the room. So let's just try and do a quick test here and see. So we have this part here, and then we can, let's just, to give it a bit more depth, let's just do this and something like this. We might actually do, let's see. What do we like? Do we like this? And then maybe I'll do this and this. Yeah, let's just do this for now, and then we can, because sometimes I like to do, instead of doing this, I actually like to do it like so. So it kind of tapers off this in this direction. For now, I think the other one is better, just for what I want to do now. And then, yeah, then we can always change this up. So let's see. Okay. It's looking awesome. Thank you, Nax. Happy you decided to stream the process. It's becoming a part of the Thursday night routine. That is awesome. I mean, I like having this kind of as my the day that I kind of like my streaming day, having this kind of be the part of my week. I really enjoy that, definitely. So I'm really glad that you're here. What am I doing? What is happening? Why? Okay, maybe this is fine. Yeah, let's try this, and let's try something different. Something different than the other windows. Let's try a mixture of, or could this work maybe? So let's do this and this. Could this work? And then have, so I'm in the shade now, so it's You know what? For now, let's just do this, and then we can change this up at a later point. I think this is okay for now. There's so many kind of design choices you have to make, and it really isn't easy. And so just to give you an example, so what I'm doing here is to kind of continue this design language for both of them, and now I even can't see where I'm at, like so. Okay, and then we can do the same over here, and then I'll just show you what I'm actually talking about. Now we can take this part here and just copy this on the other side. And okay, so this works for me, basically more or less works for me as it is, but because we're looking at this and seeing kind of you have the tower up here, so you kind of, the way you perceive this part of the building is that this is kind of one thing, this part here, and then this part is like another building that kind of connects to it, because it's kind of recessed in a way that, or offset in a way that makes this clean, this break here where it kind of is pushed a bit backwards, which I think works because of the top where everything kind of aligns with the main part of the build. But here we could, I mean, these windows could be continued over here, or we could just maybe keep this a bit more closed off, because the way I see it, for the main hall, the main kind of the large rooms, you would want a bit more light, you would want a bit more kind of those are the rooms that are used for, I don't know, for kind of the main halls of the build, the castle, for the, as Dasha want, a ballroom, but the throne room, for instance, or the kind of the main chambers for the kind of the leader or the king or whatever, whoever resides here in this castle. And then this part over here feels to me much more like a secondary kind of place where you, maybe these are for the kitchens, or hello from Brazil, that is awesome. You have such a nice looking flag. Anime editor, you are a great builder. Thank you so much, anime editor. You are a great anime editor, I think. If you ever needed proof that this is Six Wings, this is definitely the proof. Are you sure about that, Sandy? Are you sure this is Six Wings? I think this is Wing 6, the evil twin of Six Wings. He has taken over the stream. No, I'm just going to say that I think this part should be more closed off. Let's just have it clean, closed off for now, and then just yeah, I don't know. I think this is fine for now. And then let's just make some windows below and just keep it a bit more, a bit leaner, a bit more closed off. Let's see. Oh, actually, I just realized something, and I need you guys to help me with this. Give me some feedback. Exactly, Sandy. You can always, if it's the real Six Wings wears black. If he wears blue or gray, it's not him. No, okay. The thing is, what I want you guys to kind of help me with, I try to make things in my builds kind of fairly. I try to kind of lean in the realistic side, at least for the constructions. I try to make it at least so it looks like this could exist in the real world. And I also like to do that for the logistics of things. So right now, the main entranceway of this build will be from here. Through here, up the staircases, over the next brick, over the next bridge, up the staircase and over the bridge, and then into the main hall, where we have the main staircase, or the first main staircase will be inside this part here. And from this one, you can move up and down all the way up to the main hall here, which is fine. This works fine. I might even have another staircase here or something else. I don't know yet. But for a giant build like this, you would have to have some kind of an elevator system or something that can be hoisted up to this build. And of course, the most kind of obvious choice would be to have something being able to kind of be hoisted down all the way here from the middle. But in a way, I don't like that idea. I think it's too weird looking to have that. I like to have something a little bit more kind of practical, something that is, because having something with the wind that will kind of pull through here will, and you have this kind of sliding elevator that just hangs in a couple of ropes or chains. I don't think that. I mean, I would like something a bit more solid. So it could be something like these kind of niches here could be used for it, or something else like this part over here. Because when I see this here, for me this looks like something that it can almost be used as kind of slides or kind of connections for some kind of elevator system. And it's fairly steep here, so you could kind of have it here and then be. I mean, I would need to do some kind of digging here or carving this part out here, but in a way, just looking at this and having this secondary building here that will hold maybe it could be for anything really. It could be for like just storage in general, but also just food that is coming into the castle. So having an elevator here could be really cool. It could be inside, but then I would have to kind of dig through the mountain and yeah, I don't know. So if you have a cool idea for where to put it, I was actually thinking over here, but then again, the second for this tower, I would like this tower to be more kind of open and not as obstructed by weird contraptions, and unless it's in the middle one here, but then it's a really small kind of elevator that kind of only goes here. I would like something more substantial. The little offshoot to the side. So are you saying this one here? I know there's a bit of lag, so when I say that, I will. So about 10 seconds before. No, the other side. Okay. So over here. I'm not sure, because the thing is, I would like this to be make sense in terms of what rooms will between the tower and the main building. I mean, it could, but then again, I would want this system to be. I would probably want this to go all the way up, because if we were to transport stuff throughout this hallway here, unless I have a secondary elevator inside the building, I mean, that could be a thing. Akon, you're saying redstone elevators are compact and would definitely fit inside the towers if you want to that kind of design. So I'm not a redstone person, but that could be actually be a really cool idea to add. So the one I'm mentioning outside will be much more of a lore thing, where I just build something that looks like it could work, but Like I have done this before in some of my builds where I make the animation for the video, but it's just a platform with kind of some kind of rail system or something. But it could be cool to actually add a function elevator. I would like that. I need to. If you, Akon, if you know some a good video on that, definitely send that to me. If you, yeah. But yeah, I'm sure there are many on YouTube in general. But yeah, now I'm just yapping. This is just a thought. I won't make it now, but I think, yeah, that there are a couple of options. It could be over here too, but then again, I would probably like it to be closer to the main castle that is over here. Yeah, and I like it to be on the back where it isn't as visible. Of course, it could be inside, like this one here, but then again, it just feels a bit like cheating to have it. It's not cheating at all, because I could just hollow out this part here and have it go all the way down. That's also an option. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. There are definitely a lot of possibilities, but it's fun to kind of speculate. Remy de Jong, hey Wings, nice to meet you. I love your builds. I built already 3 of them, and my next one is the Autumn Castle. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. I will keep doing it. Bubble areas, but it's not elegant. I mean, bubble areas are cool. I use them for kind of general, just for transporting. But what I'm talking about is much more of just kind of having it be more realistic, to have something that works for. Yeah, that makes it look more believable. Basically, that's the idea. Okay, just a couple of windows here. I'll add a couple of those, and then I want to kind of add these windows on the other side, and maybe what am I doing here? This doesn't work at all. Okay. These are just some markings just to kind of illustrate how it... Okay, this is the most impractical way of doing it, but you know what? It's fine. Well, it's not impractical. It's just, it looks weird. Okay, let's have a look. So I think over here we can use the same design. I think this works well, just as a like a general way of making it. Let's see how it looks if we flip it over and go over here, and okay, let's do this, and then let's just delete this part here. Oh, good night, Russell. Thank you for coming. Hey, Josilia, hey, you are here at last. I mean, I'm not done yet, but it's kind of, again, it's yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of you guys stream longer than I do, but I feel like when I stop streaming in about half an hour, maybe, or a bit less, maybe. We'll see. I usually I just need a bit of time just to wind down, to just at last. Are you asking? Okay. Just to wind down and just gather my thoughts. I can't just go to sleep after I have talked to you guys and built all of this. It's yeah, I need a bit of I need to process everything I've done and kind of wind down in some way or another. And yeah, I would love to stream for 5 hours. No, well, not 5 hours more, but 2 hours more I could definitely do, but then I would just be unable to get up tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, that is just how it is. I mean, I could start earlier, but then I think it's okay. 3.5 hours, that's a good amount of time for streaming. Okay, let's try and see over here. I kind of want to add a bit of detail just for the thumbnail for the next one. Oh, good night, Rebecca. Thank you for coming. I am happy to have you. Okay, let's try and okay. For this part over here, I'll just do just a copy of. I'll just do a copy of this one over here. I think we can do that. It's not quite the same, but I think we should be able to take this part here. Yeah, and then just the... Yeah, let's try this one here, and then somewhere here. And how... Okay, so how does it connect over here? It connects with one block. So that means it should be right about here, right? Oh wait, I'll just copy it over here first, and then we can just wrong button. Let's see. I'll do this again. Also, Josiah, I haven't seen your video yet. I know I said I would be able to, but I just had too little time after dinner, and I had to do stuff. But you know what? I will watch it tomorrow. Your cathedral. How dare you? Yeah, I know. I'm a terrible person. I'm horrible. Because I know you watch all of my videos, right, Josie? All of my videos. My tutorials that are 4 hours each with 8 episodes or something like that. Yeah, you know them by heart. Okay, we will do this here. This doesn't really add up, does it? What is wrong with this thing here? I can see what's wrong. I need this to be a bit... So it's fine on this side here. I think that's actually fine. But I need to do a bit of rearranging over here, perhaps. Perhaps. I'll try... Oh, wait just a second. What happens if I do this? Yeah, it actually doesn't align as well. Yeah, this should be moved 1 block. Facecam, yes. You are totally right. I have facecam, and I have water. And I have my little mascot that I sometimes forget. I forget to light up. To light up. I bought this for streaming. Actually, it's my only real Minecraft. I think, do I have anything else that's Minecraft? I don't think so. All Hail the Be Exactly Myth. Yeah. Oh. Another thing you should learn: don't shake your soda, sparkling water before opening it. This is done, my dear. Unbelievable, exactly. the amount of I actually don't drink. I need to drink more water in general. I just during streams when I'm talking as much as I do, it's just you just need more water, I find. Okay, let's do a bit of just some quick adjustments to this thing here. And okay, this is not quite the same as there's something that just isn't right. Oh, I actually forgot this part here should actually be a cinnabar. Okay, so this aligns with this one up here, but it's, I mean, this is where I'm too much in my head when it comes to stuff like this. It's not really that important. The great thing about castles in general, I find, which is something I should appreciate more, basically, and that is they are really imperfect in other ways. They have so many weird design aspects to them that it's actually a good thing that they are so kind of nothing lines up and everything is a bit messy. And because castles, like cathedrals, but even more than cathedrals, castles were probably built over many years and destroyed several times. And and you use what you can for, I mean, the materials that are there, and there's so many ways it can kind of end up not being perfect because of so many different factors, like the weather, the kind of general kind of destruction of the walls falling down, kind of areas on in the mountains or where it's placed that isn't really reinforced to the same extent as it should be, and walls fall down. And yeah, there are so many things that actually makes castles really imperfect, which is a thing that is really helpful if you kind of, yeah, you're afraid of making things imperfect, which I am. I mean, if you watch the stream, you have seen so many times what I've done with, I mean, I talked about the weird kind of the weird thing I did with the arch itself. I kind of had to make it much more kind of nice and neat, and all of these sections here should be beautiful to look at and follow a certain pattern instead of, yeah. So I am definitely a culprit when it comes to, in general, when it comes to stuff like this. So, yeah. The special Jamaican water, what is that? Okay, let's try and just finish this part here. Actually, we need to close this part off. And for the rest here, let's it's just the way it's designed. I don't like this part. I need to change it. I'm sorry, I can't. I need to do something about this. Let's see. I need to move this to the left. To the left. And let's see if this looks great. Oh yeah, you Myth, you don't like sparkling water, right? That's your kind of I would say weird thing, but I mean it's not weird as so many other things, I suppose. Yeah, you don't drink sodas as much, Sandy. I mean, it's I don't drink soda. I mean, I drink it sometimes, but it's not that often, really. It's definitely more sparkling water. Okay, let's see. I don't want this to be the exact same on the other side. I think this might be either way. This needs to be moved. This part here. Let's see if we can move this 2 blocks. Then no, 1 block. Donny Marco, if I drink soda, I end up bouncing off the walls. Yeah, Nex, you're totally right. There's a beauty in imperfection. And I am definitely a person that should I mean, take that to heart, because I don't like imperfections in general. And it's not that if I see imperfection in another build, I'm fine with it. If I even see it in my own build, I'm also fine with it. It's just while I'm building, there's just something inside me that just needs it to be a bit more orderly and structured, I think, and yeah. But that is definitely something that I have learned to kind of work around in a lot of ways, and also I've also learned to so when I started building, I didn't even want to use trapdoors, because why use trapdoors? They are trapdoors. Why use trapdoors to build? That doesn't make sense. And I mean, it was really, now that sounds insane, because trapdoor, that's one of the most useful kind of design tools you have in Minecraft. But yeah, I for some reason I just yeah, it took a while before I could do that. Yeah, and then and it's the same with something like wool, having wool as a texturing block inside a white wall. Something a lot of people do, but I just don't like it. I still don't like it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that it just feels unnatural for some reason. Let's see. I'm not sure this is correct, but let's just do this and then okay. Yeah, I'll just keep this like so for now, and I don't know, maybe we can do something a bit different here. Maybe even, how does this look here? I don't know. I think it's fine that those are not the same. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. As a kid, I really loved sparkly water. I only drank that, nothing else. But then I was too lazy to go down to the basement to get it, so I just drank sink water, and that stayed with me. I mean, sink water that is a thing here in Denmark too. The water is. I've actually heard some people say that it's actually more clean than the water you buy. Not sure about that, but it's yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've done that for most of my life, but I do enjoy sparkly water. I think that is actually something I've been more and more fond of. Or how would you put it? Okay, let's see. Let's have this connect to this block here. Wait. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's see what we can do now. Now we can believe this is, yeah, okay. Okay, let's see how this one looks. So I really like the idea of still using the mountain. The thing I'm doing here actually is a bit problematic because I will now, I mean, I could just build the outer part here. And you know what? I think I will, just to make it a little bit more. So the kind of the challenge or limitation I kind of put on myself is to not terraform. But I mean, also it's just sometimes it's not perfect. So I think it's okay to do a bit of. I wouldn't even call this terraforming. This is just putting a couple of blocks. Sorry, but this is a stupid question, but when will you finish the build? Then will you do some tutorials? I have an incredible desire to build. I will do a tutorial. I have a tutorial in mind. I think that will be the build that is called the first cathedral. The next tutorial. I'm pretty sure that's the case. And but the thing you must understand with me and what I'm doing here with this channel is that even though I could, if I spend all my time making tutorials from now on, with all the builds I still have left to make tutorials for, I believe I could do 3-4 years of content without doing anything else. But I don't want to do that. I want to do other videos. I want to do. It's not. So I do enjoy making tutorials, actually more than I used to, because I kind of inject the tutorials with my own kind of lessons and creative kind of additions to it to make it more interesting for you and for me and for the entire human race. Sorry, if you know that song. And yeah, I just enjoy having mixing it up and doing different kinds of videos. And I have so I'm building this. This is exclusively for streams, so this really doesn't. Yeah. So Gisela, you like singing. Gisela likes singing, and she just sang the song that the Michael Jackson song that I just set the lyrics to. So yeah, I could see you. I can just picture you doing that. I completely lost my train of thought. I was saying that I have this is I will probably do a video on this one too, but this is this is not one of the mainline builds. This is a build that is only for or more or less only for the stream, and then I will probably make a video. But it's 14 blocks, yes, St. Peter. But yeah, it's I have a big video I'm working on right now, and that one will be I'll prioritize that one first and foremost, and then we can see about what happens next. Yeah, so and that is the unfortunate reality of my channel, is that there will probably always be more and more builds that are lacking tutorials, but there are also more and more builds that will get tutorials, if that makes sense. I'm just making new builds in a quicker pace than I'm making tutorials, because tutorials usually take 6 episodes, maybe 7, some of them, and yeah, I just need to do some other stuff too. So do you think, okay, now it's actually late. Do you know what, guys? I will wind down in a bit. I think let's just have a look and see how this looks with a bit of... So pro tip for any of you video makers for Minecraft, for making things look better, reduce the field of view to about 50, maybe even less. It will look much more kind of cinematic and not as first person-ish, where you just see everything. It's much more... I think it works much better. But look at this. This is actually... I mean, I was hoping to have this level of detail over here too. But I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I think it's coming along nicely. And I might even remove some of the detailing here, because now it's beginning to be kind of a mess of detail. So I might actually, for the parts here... Actually, before we finish, I need to just do a quick little thing, because I can see I did something wrong. I knew there was a reason why it looked so messy. I need to have these windows be much shorter. And okay, let's do this. And let's do this. I think this might look better. Maybe. I'm not sure yet about this. I'm not exactly sure yet. I think, yeah, I think it will... I need some cleaner kind of areas. And I think when everything comes together with... I just love the epic background music, yes. And then I'm saying I did something wrong, and then the epic strings comes along, and now everything is okay again. So beautiful. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. I think it's coming along nicely. And just so try to... Okay, I'll just remove this. Just move this a bit so you can see it on... yeah, it's very 6 wings. So imagine the level of detail we have now on the entire build, or at least kind of more prevalent on the other kind of buildings. And then imagine up here, above, up here, like a tower of some sort. I don't think there's much... I don't think we can go much further than this before we reach height limit. It's actually really big. But other than that, imagine a bit more detail, and then imagine this kind of gradient from the brown and stony kind of the mountain, and then that will kind of fade into with a gradient like this. So from dirt and to mud bricks, maybe to granite and terracotta, and then slowly kind of transitioning to the cinema bricks. So you have this transition that goes all the way up the walls, and then on top I might actually have another kind of a transition from the cinnabar to Blackstone, to kind of have the top of the towers, a bit like the towers you see here. This one actually ends in Blackstone, so I might do this on the other towers up here, to kind of have these dark edges on top. Yeah, I think that is kind of the whole build as kind of as it's intended by, or at least that's how I. What are you saying, Maddie? You're saying you are my favorite Minecraft builder ever. Oh, that is so sweet of you to say. Thank you. I just finished Emberheart 2 days ago and wasted no time and immediately started a new build of yours, the Arch Tower. That's awesome. Thank you so much for saying so. You can definitely build this on the ground, but I'm not sure how it will look, but you could perhaps do it, yeah. But guys, it feels the same way each stream. It feels like I should have done more, but then again, it is a big build, and I did think we did get far at least. And for now it's fine. Let's just, for the way you forgot what you wanted to say after reading chat is so ADHD. Shut up, Josie. No ADHD here inside. There is only full concentration of everything. My brain is just working on overtime. There's no problems going on there. This was fast. For the people who haven't seen the the reveal I made earlier, it's basically just it's just a thing that I discovered while building that I really liked. It's kind of when you go inside it's just empty rooms right now, right? But if you go in here and then watch, you have the main hall here. This will be, of course, a lot of different rooms. And then you go inside the secondary room here, and then you go outside, and then you see the bridge kind of looming over you all the way over here. It looks really menacing. I just think it's a really cool kind of it's a really cool shot, and it's something I think I would have to do some detailing of some sorts. I don't know what yet, but something that kind of ties everything together here. But yeah, guys, and Sandy, you're laughing. Of course, you're not laughing at me, Sandy. You would never do that, because you're a nice girl. You won't laugh at innocent streamers like myself. And Amethyst, hello. Amazing building as always, 6. Can't wait to add it to my server, and yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this one, definitely. Hey, and you had to come back and look and see the finishing project. The process looks great. Good night for real this time. Good night to you too. And again, guys, I will wind down now. Just finish the recording and just say to all of you that you are amazing people, and I had so much fun. I didn't forget anything or did anything that was unusual. Everything just clicked perfectly. But yeah, I'll be back next Thursday, and I will, as I mentioned earlier, I do want to bring other people on. I have several people in mind, people in the chat too. Maybe talk about their builds or my builds or other stuff, and not just yet, but at some point I will do that, and it might even be before finishing this build. It depends on how long this will take. I don't know that yet, but yeah, I think this has been great, and as always, guys, I will leave you with my outro and a goodbye, but goodbye, that sounds so final. But yeah, thank you for coming, and see you in the chat, see you in the videos, and see you in on Discord, and see you next Thursday.